Hello everyone, good morning. So today we will see the application of congruency in questions. As you have already learned about how methods of congruency took under place, or how we can use the methods of congruency to prove that whether the two triangles are congruent or not. Now we will focus on the application part. So without wasting any further time, let's start. As I have already told you that the application part of congruency will coming under proofs, right? So here in this question, prove that the opposite sides and angles of a parallelogram are equal. Now see, here we have to prove that the opposite sides as well as the angles of a parallelogram are equal. Now in the case of proofs, this statement will all actually applicable. This statement is actually true, but we have to prove that this statement is true. Got it or not? The statement is actually true, right? But we have to prove it down, that we have to prove this sentence that it is true. Like for example, the sun rises in the east, right? That is the statement. We know that this is a universal truth, but we have to prove it that the sun rises from east. That is the condition, right? So how do we prove that? By using congruency. Now see, how do we do this problem? First of all, we have to write proof over here, and then now see, in this parallelogram, since the question comes under parallelogram, so let me just draw one parallelogram ABCD, right? Where in parallelogram, what are the properties? Now you just see, the whole concepts are just mixing up with each other in one question. The question is the application of congruency, but you will see that the properties of parallelogram are also applicable, and afterwards you will see that the properties or the conditions of parallelisms are also applicable. How? Let's just find out. So here in the properties of parallelogram, as I've already told you that these two sides are parallel and these two sides are parallel. We know that, right? There's the sign of parallel line. Now see, what is the condition that we have to prove? Before that, we have to write it down what is given over here. Given means what do we have? What are the tools that we have to make the prep? If you see, if I want to make chicken curry, right? So we need some types of ingredients before making it. So that ingredients would be given to us, right? So that given are the ingredients. So what is the ingredient over here? AB parallel to CD. This is the sign of parallelism, right? And then BC parallel to AD. That's it. That's it. Now, to prove, what we have to prove? We have to prove angle A equal to angle C, and sorry, this was the first one, no? This is the first one. Second one will be angle B equal to angle D. Third one is the opposite sides, that is AB equal to DC. And fourth is BC equal to AD. Now in the properties of parallelogram, I have already told you that these are applicable. Now we have to prove it down that these statements are true. So how to do that? Now see, construction. What we just construct over here, construction. So in construction, what we will do, we just draw one diagonal. We draw BD as the diagonal. All right, fine. So now see, when we draw BD, let me just draw one more time. Yes. All right, so BD. So BD is our diagonal, let's say. So now this parallelogram is divided into two triangles. The first one is this one, that is ABD, and the next one is BCD. Two triangles are there. So now comes the proof. How do we prove it? we have to take two triangles. In triangle A B D and triangle C B D. So what is given? What is given? We need to prove it down. What is given? Now see, the given part is that the two lines are parallel. That ingredient that we have. Now the concept of parallelism come into existence. Now see, if two lines are parallel and there is one line which intersects these two lines which are parallel to each other, then this line would be what? Then this line would be our transversal. We know that. So if I just draw like this one, so this is also a transversal. A, B, D, C. So BD is also our transversal. Exactly same it looks like this figure. Z, A, B, D, C. Same part, right? So in parallel lines, between two parallel lines, there will be one transversal, and then what happens? Then what happens? This angle is equal to this angle. Which property is this? This is called alternate interior angle. We know that. And this angle is equal to this angle. This is what? Again, alternate interior angle. The same thing will happen. This one is equal to this one. Alright, fine. Now, in this case, okay, so here, in this case, if you see, this is also making one Z. Or you can say N. A, B, C, D. So in this case, this angle is equal to this angle. Same process. Two parallel lines. It is given, right? BC and AD both are parallel. BC and AD both are parallel. This is the transversal, that is BD. The same transversal BD. So here, this angle is equal to this angle coming under alternate interior angle. That is the property. Right? So we will write all such things. The first one is that angle. Now how to write the angle? You just see. What is the required position that we need? This one. This one, no? This one. So that means it coming under B. So we will write B in place, in between. Now we don't need this part. We don't need this part. So that means we have to restrict the gap in this portion. So how will I restrict that? By looking at the sides. By looking at the sides. So see, this angle is forming. This angle is forming because of which two lines? AB and BD. Right? That is the gap which is creating AB and BD. So like that one, we have to write A, B, D. A, B, D. So this is the angle, right? It's so simple. We have to find out where the gap lies or how this gap is creating by using which two lines or line segments. So here AB and BD, these two lines are making that gap. So that means we have to write ABD. Simple. That is equal to which one? Which angle? This one. So that means which two sides are making, now I think you are getting to know about that. Which two lines are making the gap? BD and DC. So that means B, D, C, and this is the sign of angle. And how this is equal? By alternate interior angle, right? Alternate interior angle. Is it true? So this thing is also applicable in this section also. But before that, let me just see one more thing. In two triangles, in this two triangle, what is that side which is common in this two triangle? If you just see the base part, that is BD. BD is operating in both the side. For this triangle, ABD, BD is the base, and for BDC, BDC also BD is the base. So that means BD is common in both the triangles. So we can write that if BD is common for both the triangles, so that means the measurement will be same, right? So that means BD is equal to BD. And what is that? That is common. that is common. Make sure you have to write the reasoning. Yes, it is very much important. Why this is equal? We have to mention all such things. So now, last but not the least, in this case, observe it carefully. This gap is equal to this gap. So this gap is creating by which two lines? Now it is very easy. DBC. This gap is creating by these two lines. These two lines. So that means DBC, angle. So first of all, we have to write ABD because ABD is coming in the first position, right? So we have to first of all write ADB, angle ADB, and then we can write which one? DBC, angle DBC. Why I am doing that? Because we have written ABD in the first place and CBD in the second position. So we have to maintain all such things, right? We have to maintain the decorum. So that means what is the reasoning over here? By alternate interior angle. All right. So now the three conditions are applicable. If you just see, this is angle, side, angle. One angle is a pair of angle is equal, a pair of side is equal, and a pair of angle is equal. So that means it is coming under which criteria of congruency? ASA. So that means therefore triangle ABD, that is congruent to triangle D or CBD by angle side angle congruency. So in the last video I have explained you that after congruency all the remaining angles and sides are automatically equal with each other. By which criteria? CPCT. What is the full form of CPCT? Corresponding parts of congruent triangle. So that means in this triangle ABD and in this triangle BCD, AB is equal to, and it is which two pairs are equal? The corresponding parts. So that means AB equal to DC. Therefore AB equal to DC, AD equal to BC, and then this angle equal to this angle, angle A equal to angle C, angle A equal to angle C, and we know that now if I just remove this one, we know that in parallel lines, this is the transversal, the same angle is creating 180 degree co-interior angle, we know that. So the same process will repeat on this part also. If you just see over here, this angle and this angle making 180 degree, and this angle and this angle also making 180 degree, right? Also making 180 degree. So we will prove such things. Later on I will just write it down, CPCT, and last but not the least, what we have to do, angle B plus angle C equal to 180 degree, right? And angle C plus angle D equal to 180 degree. And if you just subtract it out, there is equation 1 and equation 2, and if you just subtract it out, 1 minus 2, we will get angle B plus angle C minus angle C minus angle D equal to 0. And here the common part is C and C, so angle B minus angle D equal to 0, and implies angle B equal to angle D. So that is the whole proof. If you just see, the opposite sides are also equal and opposite angles are also equal. So that's about the first application of congruency, inclusion of parallelism, as well as the properties of parallelogram. All the three things are clubbed together in this particular question. So later on or what? In the next question, I will show one more example or one more way to solve congruency, right? So let's just find out all on that question. All right, so coming back to the next question, that is prove that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So what is this? So in the properties of parallelogram, I have already discussed with you the diagonals bisect each other, but we have to prove that statement. How? Let me just draw one figure, that is the shape of parallelogram. All right, and then what is the question over here? This is the first diagonal, this is the second diagonal. All right, in the question they need that A, B, C, D and O, this side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side. We have to prove that one. All right, fine. So how do we do that? Let's see. Proof. So first part is given. In given we can write in the shape of parallelogram, we know that opposite sides are parallel and they are equal. So AB equal to DC, then AD equal to BC, then AB parallel to DC and AD parallel to BC. One more thing that we have, the opposite angles are equal. We have to find it out that how many properties that we need to prove, how many ingredients that we need to prove the bisections will be applicable. Now in real life example, let me just tell you, as I have discussed with you, I have given you one example of making chicken curry, right? In chicken curry, do we need fish? But that is also one ingredient, right? In chicken curry, do we need spinach? Generally we don't, right? So that means the maximum number of ingredients that makes that preparation successful, that one we need, right? In general, many sort of ingredients will be there, right? Numerous ingredients will be there, but we have to pick which ingredients is it is required for us to make that prep successful, that we need. In this particular question, we need two sides that is equal with each other, and now we will have to find out that how this situation will be possible. So let's just find it out. All right, so to prove, so what is the proof that we need? That is OA equal to OC and OB equal to OD, that we need to prove. So here proof starts, because we don't need any sort of construction over here. So in this triangle, what is that triangle? AOB. In triangle AOB and in triangle ODC and triangle ODC, right? So why do I pick these two triangles? There is also the question. Why not the big triangle? There is also a question. You have to see you have to maintain the decorum according to the question, right? We have to change our choices on the basis of our situation, right? So in this way, if I just break it down and make or choose this part, this little triangle, so we can cover up this side, this side, this side and this side. But if I just take the whole triangle over here, then that means AC will come in a straight line. But when we take this little triangle, there is one break. What is that break? It will only go up to O and then it will stop and then up to B. So that means our requirement is AO and OC, not in togetherly AC, right? So on that note, we have to choose, like how much do we need? We have to choose like that. All right, so here OAB, or you can say AOB and COD are the two triangles. So now what we have to do? AB is equal to DC. We know that AB is equal to DC, right? Or this angle is equal to this angle. How? As I have already told you, these triangles will be equal by what? Angle OAB is equal to angle OCD by alternate interior angle, right? And last but not the least, that is this angle is equal to this angle, again the same thing, alternate interior angle. So that means ODC. So first of all we have to write on this triangle, that is OBA, OB and A, that is equal to angle ODC. Same reason, by alternate interior angle. Now if you just see, the three conditions are applicable, but this is side angle. There is no such a rule which is applicable for congruency, that is side angle. But there is one more application that we know, that is side angle side. So that means if I just keep that side in between, that is AB equal to DC, not just in between, we have to see in the figure as well. There one angle is equal to this angle, the other angle, and this angle is equal to this angle. And now just see, in this two angle, there DC in between this two angle, and as well as AB is between angle this one and angle this one. So that means the three conditions are absolutely applicable by angle side angle. There is one angle, one side and one angle. So that means we can write triangle AOB is congruent to triangle ODC by angle side angle congruency. All right. And what is the requirement? OA equal to OC and OB equal to OD. Now see, these two triangles are equal. Right now, equal means what? These two triangles are absolutely same. So that means the corresponding parts are absolutely same. So what is the corresponding part? OA, its corresponding side will be OC. So that means therefore OA equal to OC and as well as OD equal to OB. By which one? By which criteria? That is CP/CT. That's it. So the main requirement is that we have to prove the triangles by using congruency, by the application of congruency, and then we can represent the other side, or we can just what we can say, we can actually arrange the other side, or we can compare the other side by using this one, CP/CT. The corresponding pairs of sides or angles are absolutely equal if the two triangles are congruent. So that's all for this video. I hope that in these two questions you will get ample amount of information on the basis of which you can able to solve the extra or the example part of example 3, example 4. You can able to solve, right? Example 3 and example 4. Try to find it out that how these things are happening and what to do and what not to do. Which triangle that I need to pick up and which triangle that I don't need to pick up, right? On the basis of our requirement, we have to pick that triangles or pair of triangles, right? So that's all for this video. I hope you have learned a new thing and what are the applications of congruency as well as parallelism and the properties of parallelogram that are clubbed together in these two questions, right? And if you found any sort of doubt, then make sure you do contact me. That's all for this video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and bye-bye.